Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. Serenity Renewal Families just does some incredible work here in our community, and they can't do that great work without your support, and we'll tell you how you can help them. But wanted to give them an opportunity just to raise awareness about this holistic approach they have to many different challenges that families go through. I'm joined by Neil Leslie, the Executive Director of Serenity. Welcome. Great to have you here, Neil. Let's talk about Serenity just in general. You know, first of all, let's start with its mission, Neil.
So Serenity Renewal for Families has been around for 40 years now in Ottawa. Sister Louise Dunn and Alexa Smith started out as a project. And when I talked to Alexa this past couple months ago, and she goes, it's been 40 years. I mean, I brought her to tears. I don't like to bring them to tears, but she did. And then she said it was supposed to be a project. It was supposed to start, finish, and end.
Right.
And now we're still an organization serving a lot of vulnerable people in Ottawa holistically, so that it's either the person affected by their addictions who is in recovery, or any of their family members around them that might be affected by their addictions and their recovery process.
Neil, and around that, you have these 4 pillars, right, that are a big part of the programming that you do.
So basically it's our vision of where we try and incorporate, which is a family focus. And that's today's family is very different than 40 years ago when we started. And our logo is updated to try and incorporate that color, and the heart is still there, but it's not just a mother, father, and 2 little kids in the logo. It's a different composer of what the family looks like. And so we have family focus, spirituality, whatever that means to people. We're not a religious organization, but somewhere along the way that plays into their recovery process. And team recognition, so supporting the volunteers, staff, board members, so everybody grows in their experience. And the 4th one being, of course, the 4th one not coming to mind.
That's okay. We can come back to it because, I mean, you mentioned that holistic approach, and there are different ways that you help, you know, families, and as you said, not just the one individual, but families are affected when it comes to addiction. So you have workshops that you do. Let's talk a little bit about those.
We have workshops, which are adult workshops, where facilitators guide people through different subject matter, and then they go off and explore how that subject matter relates to their story. Okay. And by sharing their stories, that's part of the recovery process. We also have one-on-one counseling, couples counseling, family processes that we work through, family programs. Our youngest clients are 5 years old, so really? they're there learning through puppets that it's not them causing the angst or anger at the home environment. And at the same time, a counselor's in another room working with the parents or guardians, saying, this is how your actions are affecting the child in the other room.
Right.
And so together we try and break that cycle of addiction and make the family a more useful and cohesive group.
You have a women's empowerment group as well, right?
We just started that this year, a more formalized one. Just how do they find the resources necessary to support themselves in their process of recovery? Indicator that it works is their first session was supposed to be an hour and a half long, and I heard laughter and voices just going upticking at the end of their session, and they came to me and said, can we make it 2 hours? The facilitator didn't cover the content, and they want more time to spend together.
Right.
So that's a 6-week program to try and give them some more resources. Of course, this takes me to the 4th pillar, which is financial stability. We run at about 79% of our clients cannot pay anything for their services, and that's the way we operate. Is we are an open door. We have our arms open to welcome them, no matter what their state of financial means is. As long as they fit our mission of being affected by addictions, then we're there to support them.
So then how do you fund yourselves, Neil?
With a lot of effort and a lot of support from the community at large. We're a well-known secret, unfortunately, unfortunately. And so we're using this opportunity to let people know more about, if you have a family member who's dealing with addiction issues, call the office. If you know somebody that needs help, call the office.
Right.
If you yourself need help, call the office. That's what we're there to do. We have one fundraiser which is really fun in September. It's called Serenity in September, where people, all they do is they sign up and they set a goal for themselves of how are they going to attain their serenity during the month of September. Whether it's cycling or golfing or running, reading a book for 20 minutes each day, and then they each go out and get sponsors for their own little piece of serenity.
Yeah.
And that's one of our largest fundraisers.
You've got some upcoming specific summer programs for children. The Photo Voice for Teens. Tell me about that.
Yes, Photo Voice for Teens. So we use photography to try and talk about addictions and in their family setting, but it's using a tool of photography and then take them out, taking pictures, do rock climbing, team building as well, and then take the pictures there and our science museum, and then come back and talk about what they go through in their home livings.
Right, right. The other program is Mindful Kids Art. Tell me about that.
Brand new one for 7 to 12-year-olds, and it seems to be a real attraction getter.
Excellent.
Again, our programs are there to give access to parents to get their kids involved, learn something about recovery through an addiction-based family, and have them grow as people as well.
Yeah, and really facilitate that conversation, and I think it's a great way to sort of approach kids, right, is to use those visuals as you just described. People can help support you, right? They can donate online at any time. That's always available as well, right? As well as that September, Serenity September, a great idea to get involved in that. So you can find out all the information at serenityrenewal.ca. Again, an organization that helps some of the most vulnerable here in our community, so please reach out if you do have the means. We'll be back with more Daytime right after this. Don't go anywhere.